Hello there.
Guten Tag.
My name is Dominic.
My name is Jamal.
And welcome back
to Soul Oasis.
Yes, sir. You made your way back quite casually, I might add. We're on our 5th episode, I think.
Yes, we are making it.
Yeah, so you're finding your way. Welcome back. We appreciate you being here. And this is a bit of a ceremonial episode, I would say. Because we've been doing this for over a month.
What?
A month of the Soul Oasis podcast. So, again, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate if you've seen every episode, share it, like it, subscribe.
Share it.
Please share it with your friends, family, people you don't even like.
Man.
Share it around.
Suck it up. Hey, it's time to renew bonds.
Yeah, it will be a bonding moment between you guys.
Hey, Dominic, before we get into our little podcast episode, can we have our powwow session?
Absolutely.
Please.
You want to talk about our weeks?
Oh, my God. Tell me about your week.
All right. My week was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I will say that because, and this is something we'll get to again later, I've been using ChatGPT and I've been getting a bunch of work done.
AI.
Yeah. AI been helping me flesh out some ideas for music career and acting career, movies.
Okay.
It's a help. It's a great assistant. A great assistant. What about you, Jamal? I know you've had some troubles. Go ahead and lay them out.
My week has been up and down. I started the week off the first 3 or 4 days bedridden. I was sick, taking everything possible to get over this sickness of mine. It was bad. I've never been asleep so long in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I was in that bed.
Yeah, I was sitting out here. I just didn't see you for a while.
Didn't hear a peep. I was asleep. Oh my goodness. That NyQuil, DayQuil stuff works miracles.
Yeah.
But I then arose. I rise out of bed. I got out of bed, went to work, had fun. It was great. Celebrated some people's birthdays. I got a birthday party, another one tomorrow.
Man, you were busy.
Man, yeah. I had a little had some fun last night. It was good. It was a good little week.
Good for you, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Absolutely. And now we are back.
We are back.
Let's get it.
Let's
jump into it.
Let's jump into it.
We are celebrating our basically 1 month anniversary of this thing.
Of this podcast,
Of this great Soul Oasis of ours. It's the little victories. Right?
Little victories.
It's not a huge accomplishment, but for us it is. This is something that we could set our goal out to. We've been doing it over and over, and we've been consistent.
That's true.
And it's the small things in life. How do you feel about our journey so far?
I like the start of it.
Yeah.
It's been nice not to just laze around, to have something to look forward to throughout the week. And like you said, the consistency, I think, has been key and lends to our determination. We will make it better. We hope you've enjoyed it so far, but we've got plans. We got gear to get. We've got editing to do.
Yes.
Icons to make.
Yeah.
So
this is a beginning thing. I mean, we wanted to get something here.
Yeah, we definitely got to get something in the back. We put some blankets and was this Harry Potter this time? Yeah.
Goat. One of the goats.
I'll let you off with that one. That's fine. We can talk about that too in a little bit.
Absolutely. I think personally our journey is pretty good. Like he said, this is only the beginning of so much stuff. We want to have an introduction to our show. We want to have a little music.
Yeah,
we want to have
nice.
A logo. We want to have so much, but this is only the beginning. We're still new to it, so bear with us.
Bear with us. We will get on it very, very soon. As we learn not only the systems, but what we want to do moving forward. Absolutely. Speaking of what we want to do moving forward, what are our plans, Jamal? Do you have anything in particular? You talked about some stuff up here. Anything in particular you want the audience to see sometime soon?
Yes. So for a while, this has been us two just sitting here. We want our plan is to get some more cameras, right? So we can have different shots. We want to keep this movement. We don't want to keep it stagnant. Yeah. It's been stagnant too long. I got all this energy in me. I want to be moving left and right.
Look to this camera. Ooh. Look to that camera.
Look right back there.
Here.
Ooh, I want to look everywhere.
One up there for some reason.
Maybe one down here. I don't know.
Ooh, that's so weird.
Ooh, I don't know.
Take it to foot cam.
We got some stuff going. We want to have some special guests eventually. We want to be able to have somebody sit down here and talk to y'all too.
Yeah, we have the systems to also get people in through the internet.
Yeah.
So we can get some conference call vibes coming in.
Yeah.
Letting them discuss with us, having guests over here. If we get multiple cameras, we can have it shot on multiple people.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
You also talked about, you have a friend who brought up a great idea. And that is something that we've been wanting to do, but he brought it up. So tell him about it.
Okay. This idea is from my best buddy bus pal, the GOAT himself, Todd Azuga. TJ suggested we take comments and questions after episodes and start the podcasts answering those questions. That way there's some interaction. There's always some interaction, but there's some more interaction, more direct interaction. We can maybe even read off, if people are down for it, the names. Maybe, I don't even know if I should have even mentioned. I just gave this man's whole first and last name. Hey, you're part of the podcast now, TJ. We appreciate you watching every single episode, listening to every episode. I think he's a Spotify listener.
Let's go. Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify.
Hey, I love it. On my drive from like home or to work.
Yeah.
Spotify. Put the thing on.
I'm more of a YouTube guy, but we'll get it on Apple Music and stuff.
Apple Music too.
Apple Podcasts, I think it's called. Yeah, we'll get it up there. We'll put it everywhere we can. Soon we'll be promoting the video, so hopefully you'll see it in more places.
Yeah. I also want to have like when we do different segments, this is something, I don't know, but I want to have a different like transition, you know? Will let us, I don't know, something that like
a equals 3
something, I don't know, cool just feel like this is our comment section. Also, we got to come up with a name for them eventually. Our journeyers, our travelers,
viewers.
Yeah, but they got to be a part of this.
You want them as, maybe we'll call them denizens.
Or something.
All right. You know what?
We
I'm throwing ideas out there.
We are, and this is what this is. Yeah. But yeah, I do want to have that eventually.
Yeah.
We do have some trips coming up, and
we do.
Maybe after our trips, we can have like a new burst of energy.
Yeah. We'll start fresh from our trips, which really only tire people out, to be honest. But
yeah.
Did you talk about where you're going on your trip?
I am going to Mexico.
Ooh.
Going on a cruise. And I'm going to tell you right now, once I see the details and the great aspirations of my cruise, where I am going. But it is going to be a cruise to Cozumel and Yucatan.
You looked it up?
Yes, sir.
So you dragged it out?
Cozumel and Yucatan. We are going there for a good solid week. It's going to be nice. We're going to be doing ATVing. We're going to be on an excursion and do into like, I forgot what it is. It's like a cave, but it's like inside the cave is this water. It's going to be nice.
Wow.
It's going to be a nice
Each madre, each padre, meet everybody.
I've never been to Mexico, so it's a new journey, a new thing for me.
Could be fun. It will be fun. It sounds like, and you're going with your family, right?
We're going with family, but, you know, some brothers.
Some brothers. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. Hope you guys have a great time.
Absolutely.
I'm going somewhere a little bit before you leave, I think.
Yeah, like I want to say almost a week.
A week before you leave from Mexico on your cruise and excursion.
Mm-hmm.
I am heading to the brand new theme park, Universal Epic. It's okay. You can be jealous. It's all right. I'll take you guys with me spiritually. Yeah, there's a brand new park opening. It's got brand new Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I think it's the Ministry of Magic. And on the outside, it's like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, that Paris section they were in.
Yeah.
Along with that, there's How to Train Your Dragon. There's the Monster Universe, meaning like Dracula's Castle, Frankenstein's Place. What else? The Super Mario World is there.
Love you.
Yeah, so I'll be a kid again for about a week.
There you go.
And it seems enjoyable to me. I look forward to the food. The Harry Potter themed food is great.
Get some butterbeer.
Please. Man, we really do need to make that trip because the butterbeer is crazy. Yeah. If you've ever had the butterbeer at Universal Studios, any of them, honestly, shout out to you. You know what's up.
Yeah.
in the winter, the hot butter beer. Oh my goodness. It's like butterscotch in a cup.
Ooh.
Shout out to the wizardry going on over there.
You know how old you gotta be to love butterscotch? Let's talk about
What?
that. Butterscotch is an old candy.
What kind of what?
It is. My grandma used to have
I mean,
butterscotch.
yeah, like butterscotch candies.
I love it now, but as a kid,
you didn't like butterscotch?
I did, but I just always felt it was an older person candy.
I guess it's.
I don't go to the store and be like, "Ooh, let me get me some butterscotches."
Yeah, it's more of like you're at your grandma's house. It's in the little container in the coffee table.
Yeah, but now I love butterscotch.
Butterscotch is good. I used to love butterscotch pudding.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to eat that as a kid. That was my favorite flavor. It was above chocolate, above vanilla, everything. Butterscotch pudding. Oh my goodness.
But like you said, we do got 2 vacations coming up.
Yeah. So don't worry, we'll be doing work.
Yeah. Speaking of work, let's talk about that. How do you feel? This is a 2-part question.
Okay.
So bear with me for a second.
I will.
The first one is, what in your past has prevented you from completing your personal goals so far? Right? What in your past, what right now, and what do you think we could do? Me and you in particular, but for them as well. What do you think we could do to make sure that we don't revert back to it? Like, let's not have a cycle, right? Because we're on a journey. Let's keep this going to build our dreams. Why haven't you gotten to your dreams so far?
I think the main problem has been complacency.
Okay.
And even during college, I felt complacent. And I would try to ease my tension saying, but I got all this schoolwork to do. But let's be real. I was doing some stuff, but I would delete it because I didn't like, I was like, it's not perfect. It needs to be this way. And I would make a set of new videos and I delete them. They're not perfect.
Okay.
And then eventually I think I just got used to building towards it instead of seizing it. So at the end, I had like all this equipment, all these ideas and stuff written down, all these songs like half recorded. And I'm like, okay. At some point, I was like, wait a minute, I got to do something with all this at some point. I think complacency is your biggest obstacle. If you're talented, if you're driven, I think eventually you will make it. You will have a semblance of success. Your full goal of becoming, I don't know, a god amongst men might not be reached within like a half a year, but you will see results. If you become stagnant, whether it's because you have another job you're focusing on, whether it's a lack of funds, it could be just lack of encouragement or inspiration. I think that's the biggest downside for me, has been complacency. There have been blocks, like you said, both in my life and then professionally. Like, first off, COVID sucked. I couldn't even go to the store to get new equipment. They wouldn't let me. Sometimes they wouldn't even let me. You know how some people like let people do demos and certain things in there for a certain time. They closed down the studios in San Antonio for open hours, and I couldn't do anything. It was a bummer. But there's always something you can be doing, whether it's writing in your notepad, filming your own work on YouTube, whatever it is. There's always something. I'm rambling, but
so for this past month,
okay,
have you been putting in work?
Yes, I have. I have definitely. In fact, a lot of that work I input into ChatGPT. We'll get to that in a bit, but I have been putting in work outside of the podcast too. I've been writing a lot more. I've been there's another I've been doing certain research for certain goals. I'm starting out an agenda, if you will. Remember in elementary school, you'd have your agenda for what you do for the week?
Yes.
Mine is from week to month to year to 10 to 12 years. Trying to set up that, hit these goals. Yeah.
So what is it that we need to do.
Okay.
In order to not revert back to the past, right?
Okay. Well, you have a different set of circumstances than I do. Before you came to New Mexico, you were in a traveling show.
Yeah.
You were doing work.
Yeah.
Now, you could always argue somebody could be doing more, but you were active. You took a little bit of a break once you got here, but you've been talking about doing this for a while.
Yes.
Only thing we were really missing was the equipment, and honestly, I was going to add to that, but I really think it was just the equipment that was really the problem. What we can do, especially in regards to this, I think we need to have, and we've talked about this, set days for this podcast. Because you guys see, we upload these usually, we try to upload it on the weekend. Sometimes we do it early, sometimes we do it after. But I think setting up our own agenda for what we want to accomplish, because like we talked about on this podcast, we plan to film our reels to send out to agents and stuff. We plan to organize and expand the equipment we have for this podcast, whether it's lighting, whether it's more cameras. We plan on increasing the production value within the editing. So we need to get on getting that intro, getting those sound effects, and all that really comes down to planning and execution. Yeah. We really just have to know what we need to do, how we need to do it, and then execute.
So what about for you in particular?
Me in particular?
For your goals, what do you think we need
my
to
goals,
do so you don't, how can I help you so you don't go back? Because like there are child actors right now.
Yes.
There's people in the industry and they
far ahead of us.
Right. So not to say anything, me too included, and I'll talk about mine in a second, but we could have potentially been a lot further than where we wanted to be.
That's absolutely true.
There is something that was holding us back. What can I do and what can they do to help you not revert back to what stopped you in the past? What can we do to help elevate you?
Accountability. Hold us accountable. Let us know, hey, don't forget, episode's supposed to be up Saturdays. You said it. And we'll get up that episode Saturday. For the reels, I keep talking about the reels, but we got to film the reels. We got to plan out these little scenes and stuff, even for yours. Yeah. See what you want to do. We can take examples from the internet, from official sources of talent agents, whatever the case may be, and do our own due diligence.
Oh, I like that word.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't fumble
it. Okay, I use that word a lot.
Due diligence. Yeah, that's a good starting point, I think. And then consistency, like you said. You can't hunker down, write all this stuff, plan it out, and then wait 2 months to be like, okay, now I can get to it. No, keep it up. Get your weekly goals to work towards your monthly goals, to work towards your semi-annual goals, to work towards your annual goals, to work towards your life goals. I think we just need to create, I'm going to say it again, an agenda, a plan that you work towards every day. Even if it's just, if you're a writer and you're thinking up ideas, make sure you give yourself your time to write them down, type them down, think them, whatever the case is. For me, it's going to be a lot of that. I'm going to be doing a lot of writing.
That's good.
I'm buying it's going to be a pain because it's expensive. I'm buying my equipment for the streams, which should be starting. I'm debating starting it right before I leave or right after I leave.
For your trip?
Yeah.
I think you should do it after.
Think I should do it after?
Well, yeah. Go and take your trip. Enjoy it. Because once you come back, we got to be on it.
That's true. We got to be on it. So, I might do that. I'm probably going to get the equipment first.
Yeah.
Do my experiments with it. Make sure I know how it works. And then get going. We gotta start. I don't know what cameras you're investing in. You said you want one.
Yeah, then we get the same one.
We have the EOS Rebel T7i, I think.
Yes,
it is from Canon. But we gotta. It should work good enough. We gotta get our film stuff going. because we're actors at the end of the day. We got to get out there.
Yeah. For me, I think what has hindered me in the past has been I think there's like two things. One is just procrastination.
Fair.
I am a huge procrastinator, and it's because I always feel that I can get it done by the deadline.
By a deadline, yeah.
But with this goal of mine, with my dream, there is no deadline.
True.
I have to make the deadline. And if I don't make it, then that is the procrastinator's worst problem, because you have nothing to like
work towards.
Right. I think that's one of my biggest things. Like you said, yeah, I have been out of the game. And one of the things too, I've been out of the game for like 2 years. I started acting, and then I moved here. And my goal here was to do something acting wise, right?
Yeah.
Granted, technically, yes, I am doing something that I want to do. My job now is something that I want to do, but it's not something that's immediate. It is something that will help me in the long term. And I think that has made me complacent as well.
Yeah.
It's because, yes, this is what I want to do, but also I want to act. So I need to get out there more. Another thing has also just been timing, right? When I came out here, like I said, I came out here to act. And I came out here and things did not go how I thought it was going to. I was scared. I think that's one of my other things. I was scared. I had the option to go either here or to go straight to Cali.
Yeah.
And I chose to come here because, to be honest, the people I could have went to Cali and I could have been with my people.
Yeah.
And you know the people.
Yeah.
I could have been with them, and they're doing really great things out there too. I was just scared to be out there, and like that's a deep dive into this, and I was scared.
It's a very
so
big
I came
pond.
here to work, baby feet my steps in, and I came here with y'all. Y'all have me knowing y'all have a great mindset, great everything. But when I came out here, sadly, ideals changed throughout people, and it wasn't what I wanted. I mean, granted, I can't put my, how do you say, I can't put my, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I can't put my oomph into somebody else's, thing.
Yeah.
I came out here with the mindset of like, do this as a group. And it didn't go as well as I thought.
Yeah.
People's ideas change, and that's fine.
True.
Right? But it was up to me to continue on my path, whether it be just me and you, whether it be individual, whether it be with all of us as the group that was supposed to be. But it didn't happen that way. And I settled. I got into situations. Those situations kind of like almost moved me in a different journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was in that situation for a while, I I almost thought about just doing something different, like settling down and doing something different. And then that situation ended, and I was like, well, you know what? Back on my journey, back on my grind.
Yeah.
Things change, and I just have to keep that mindset. Hopefully you can keep me to it, that like this is what I want to do. I have to get out there. I have to do something some type of way. I have to do reels, right? I have to not be scared. I have to take that chance. My whole life, I've been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, right? Even I've been in a lot of shows. Even after that, I've done shows, done it for like a year, came here. I just have to get back onto that. And I think that's what I want, to be accountable. I want y'all to help me. I want you in particular to help me.
Yeah.
Just be accountable for that. Even right now, like I'm waking up early, trying to get my right mindset, but now I got to implement something different. I got to do more. I got to do more. I got to do more. Because I don't know where to start. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. I can do this. I can go out there and get myself in the best shape, get myself in the best mental state, get myself, film all this stuff. I've done a lot of shows in the past. I don't know where to go next. I think that's my biggest concern. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I see people who act all the time. And I'm like, how did you even get that opportunity? I don't know what next step to take. And I think that's what I need to focus on, is what is my next step? I don't know.
Well, yours is a little more, I was going to say a little more complicated. I guess mine is complicated too, for the vast amount of things I want to do. While you don't mind doing stage acting.
Yeah. But I don't want to
TV
do it
versus
like
film.
What's
You
the
don't want
word?
community theater.
Yeah, no.
You want to step into the true limelight of theater.
Whether it be theater or film. I want to be bigger than local.
Yeah.
So
I think nowadays you can get into Broadway productions off your film credentials. You can get off your TV credentials. I was told you have to get an agent. That's your best starting point. Okay. Because they find jobs based on whatever you want, of course, whatever you're willing to do. And they show you, they hand this to you and say, all right, you taking this baton, you taking this baton, which one? Neither of them, I'll keep looking. And they, in their own right, because if you see jobs being offered, opportunities to gain jobs, at least, whether it's auditions or somebody's offering you a role straight up, that acts as its own accountability. I feel like us right now, we're just sitting here with talent, no place to output it other than the podcast, other than what we can do ourselves.
Yeah.
If you have an agent, if you have a manager, if you have this, that, and the other thing, if you have your structure around you and these jobs become available, I feel like it's easier to step towards them than to try to stumble around in the dark. By yourself. Okay, how do I get this audition in the first place?
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are ways to do it. Like we said, online presence is key. If we were gigantic 10 million subscriber YouTubers and you had an acting channel, you do a bunch of stuff, you're going to get people calling you to be in a movie, in a show, on Broadway, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But starting line, you got to find a way to not only get your name out there, but to get your name on the call sheet, on the cast list.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy question to answer for where you should start, but I have a few ideas. Maybe you guys do too. Maybe you guys know some things. Let us know.
Please.
If not, make something up.
Look into it. Help us out.
Yeah.
So we are on this journey together. So please, in the comments, this is what we want to talk about too. Mm-hmm. We want y'all to have a voice. That's what we said in our first episode. Yeah. Have a voice. We want to be able to talk to y'all. So please communicate with us. Tell us what you think we should do differently.
Yeah.
What you think you like. What you want more of. Maybe there's something we've never talked about and you want it to be said. Yeah. Please let us know.
We want you part of the structure.
Please.
So give us suggestions on topics you think we should do. If you have suggestions on equipment, if you have suggestions on just how we conduct ourselves, maybe we're too goofy for you.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Can you be too goofy?
Yes.
Okay. But hey, give us your suggestions, your feedback, just your thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
Please feel free. And I encourage you to share with us, with each other, wherever you can. If you want to leave a comment on the YouTube channel, but another comment on the Spotify one, and another comment where we post a clip on Instagram, please feel free.
Yes.
We encourage you to do so.
We're also going to be doing more shorts. Yes. I know we talked about this a little bit, but I want to do like those challenges, those like videos.
Yeah.
That we could do.
You
like
see
something
on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Top 10 worst rappers. That's kind of mean, but still.
Yeah, something. Like, I don't know. I want to do something fun. This has nothing to do with the podcast. Just something fun.
Some interaction.
Yeah.
Interactive.
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Those are my goals. Those are my journeys. Those are my things. Those are my plans for the podcast. Nice. Those are my plans for me personally.
And we are going to get on it.
Yes.
So we encourage you to get on whatever you got planned too. Whether it's a vacation, whether it's work you need to do to get a promotion, whether you're in the entertainment industry and you have your own goals and aspirations, let's get to work.
Let's do it.
Let's hold each other accountable and enjoy and appreciate life. Indeed.
Dominic.
I'm Dominic.
Yes, you are. One thing that I have been hearing about,
listening about,
watching about, is this AI movement.
Ooh.
Dude, have you ever seen iRobots?
I have seen iRobot.
The great Will Smith.
Yeah, with Will Smith, and the robot turns towards him and says, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going down that path?
Eventually, maybe.
Are we there yet?
No, we're not there.
Tell me about AI.
AI, artificial intelligence, for people who don't know, or just want to hear me say it because my smooth, buttery voice.
Oh.
AI is artificial intelligence, and it can be used for a variety of things. We've seen it. He mentioned movies, iRobot. There's people that mention the Terminator, they mention the Matrix, and see all the bad things that can come of it. Maybe one day AI decides they don't need us, or that we're obsolete because of some flaw, or that they just don't like us and then take us all out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't go in that direction.
I feel like it could.
It could, but it's up to the programmers, up to us to install morality and certain guidelines they can't go over. But hey, when it pertains to us right now, people usually use AI for assistance. Like I mentioned before, I've been using it to enlarge and test out certain ideas for scenes in a movie, or lay out, tell the AI my entire career plan for music and have it lay it out into years for me. Just make documents. It's pretty useful as an assistant. What people worry about for our profession is AI being used for voiceover, so they don't have to have a Kevin Conroy playing Batman anymore.
That's been happening a lot. Have you seen the Drake AIs?
Yeah. It's getting better and better, harder to recognize.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been some
there's
Drake.
Some good Drake AI.
Yeah, there's some good Drake
there's
AI.
Some bad ones, but there's some good ones. I was like, whoa, this should be released. This is a nice song.
Yeah, there are some concerns from the creative community.
Yeah.
That was what not the lockout, that's NBA. The strikes were largely about. Of course, there were pay concerns and stuff like that.
Yes.
In the end, actually, the
royalties.
AI got to pay.
Yeah.
Because I think they acquiesced, didn't they? As long as they got a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have picked that, but hey, get your money.
Well, yeah. I mean, in theory,
if it's unavoidable, get your money.
AI
if you can stop it,
write a whole movie.
It can write a whole movie.
That was the thing.
If the AI visuals got good enough, some actors don't even have to be in the movie.
No.
They can just show up.
Yes.
You've seen it on like deep fakes, and that's just facial. People have shown that they're able to control entire bodily functions and have boxing matches.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it's getting both concerning and very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be pretty honored if someone's like, please, Mr. Herring, please let us use your AI voice in this since you're not available to do it. But let me scream that into the mic one more time. But I can definitely understand why people are concerned.
Yeah. ChatGPT is huge. I'm not really
open AI.
Yesterday at work, one of my coworkers was telling me about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, chat is huge. And everybody else uses chat and they do weird stuff and they can like change a photo and they can tell you basically the summary of anything you want to know. They can write anything out. They can make anything and it's yours. ChatGPT is huge.
Yeah.
But scary. We use something that's kind of scary too. We have a software that kind of tells us the layout.
Yeah, we use
in
Riverside.
Like a second.
And it can give takeaways of the entire episode. It gives a transcript, for better or for worse. There's some errors here and there from our pronunciation, our diction, pronunciation.
But it's basically spot on.
It's spot on.
In it's 2 seconds.
It is quick. And this is incredibly intimidating compared to 10, 15 years ago when you would have to write out these entire documents, give it to somebody else to look over, get their feedback, rewrite it. This is my feedback. It's ridiculous.
Well, speaking of that, 10, 15 years ago, do you think that the world... I saw this video.
Okay.
And this lady, she was, I don't know, Gen Z, whatever they're called. She was saying that...
That's us.
Well, she was like younger than us.
Okay.
Or maybe she was like 18, 19. And she was saying that she thinks her generation has become less intelligent because of the technology and less active because of the technology.
Okay.
How do you feel? What is your views on that?
I don't know if it's become less intelligent, definitely less active. I used to run around outside because that's all I had to do. But it is what it is. As the people 10 years ago were complaining about the last generation who complained about the last generation who complained about the last generation, there will always be people willing to put in the work despite conveniences like a phone, like a laptop. I don't think it really holds us back as a whole. The technology itself won't hold us back. It's just the individuals, what they're willing to do.
I think that is so true.
Because I could let ChatGPT write out an entire essay if I was still in college. And it would be incredibly difficult to tell these days.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to. It's my ideas. I want to do it myself.
It's kind of the same theory as...
What are you willing to do?
Like, some human can hold a weapon, but the weapon isn't the person that's doing it. It's
the person pulls that trigger.
Yeah.
My AR-15 won't take you out, but I will with an AR-15. That sort of thing.
I think you hit it on the spot. I do think we are less active. I don't like the fact that there are parents who give their kids an iPad at the age of like 2.
It's strange. I'm trying not to be judgmental, but it's hard not to, one, when I didn't have it, so I'm honestly kind of jealous.
I was jealous of my little brother.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, you have an iPad? I didn't have a phone until I was 10. And I could it was a flip phone from Sprint that I could only call my mom and the police on. Also grandma, but she was busy.
Yeah.
And nowadays, people are getting iPads, computers, phones when they're in 2nd grade.
Yes.
And it's 1st grade, kindergarten. It's daunting.
It's bad. Even the kids at our job.
Yeah, the kids at our job, we just keep being as vague as we can about it. We really don't want those HIPAA violations.
Man, no.
But even the kids at our jobs, these tiny little kids, know how to work these iPads. Sometimes better than us. I saw a kid go into the settings and change it so that it wouldn't lock.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
What?
Hold on.
You are 6.
I didn't know this Apple Watch, right?
Okay.
Apple Watches have like games and stuff like on there. And like you can put like sneak eye.
Oh,
this
man.
kid
and a kid found it for you?
Bro, he downloaded it and everything. He was like, let me see. And I was like, all right. In 3 seconds, he was playing a game. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Honestly, it speaks towards them not being dumber, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
that is huge.
While it's not an active activity where you're not running around and doing stuff, it still shows that they have the intelligence and awareness to do something that we would have never done as kids because we didn't have access to it.
I remember as a kid, my mom would try to like download apps or like do something. She's like, how you do this, baby?
My mom was always pretty good with it because she had to be. Yeah. Because somebody had to set up my Xbox. So, I mean, I did, I guess, eventually, but she's always been pretty good with it. She's always had to use new technology for the military anyway.
Yeah.
Or for the government now. But you're right. It is a little freaky to see these kids. They probably have access and have used AI themselves, and they're like 6 or 7 years old.
They do. They have to.
I'm sure there's been a couple kids that have a Black Mirror moment, and their best friend is this AI over here. It's only a matter of time before their best friend Blake like has a update and they have an existential crisis because they've changed.
Well, that's the whole thing too. That's what I was getting at. Like even at work, at home, in the view. Yeah. If the Wi-Fi goes out, kids don't know what to do. They don't know how to go outside and just.
I barely know what to do.
Same.
I'm watching TV. I don't have cable anymore.
No. That also streaming services have taken over the industry.
It's taken it. I don't have to look at my cable package and see if it includes ESPN. There's ESPN now. I'm not getting it. No way. Not at those prices.
No.
But I could.
Yeah.
I can watch anything I want on my phone.
Yes. Which is so great.
Yeah. It is. We are the I mean, I guess you could say for every generation. There's time compression.
Yeah.
And anthropology, I don't know if you guys know this. Time compression is this idea of as time progresses, it takes less and less time for advancements to be made. So advancements on a computer to like double its RAM or GPU, whatever it will be, will take like half a day compared to what it did 20 years ago to get that same leap. And it's impressive. Like you see it with iPhones. They have a new iPhone every year, and they are reasonable upgrades.
Yes.
Now you could argue, everybody could argue, I don't need it, but they are without a doubt upgrades to your next Samsung, to your next TV, to your next Xbox. And it's only within sometimes even months, weeks, they have breakthroughs.
I think it's huge. The people who invent things, that mindset of inventing something that has never been created before is phenomenal.
I know the U.S. government think very highly of themselves for making the internet.
You have to.
Like, how do you, first off, a bit of a tangent. What do you think is the greatest invention of all time?
The greatest invention of all time?
It'd be hard to say because people would say like the wheel, because for obvious reasons, you need it for almost everything.
I don't know. Probably the cell phone, like the internet.
I think it's probably the internet.
Yeah.
Never in all of human history has information been so readily accessible.
Tip of your fingers.
Literally the tip of your fingers. People thought it was insane when they had DOS.
Yeah.
And they had to wait 30 minutes for the computer to boot up, but they thought it was incredibly fast that they could find out when the Pope was born or something like that.
Yes.
All this information now literally at your fingertips. Sometimes people have like these new glasses where they can tap it and ask things. They can ask their AirPods.
Where you can translate
people's words.
Speaking.
It's ridiculous. Technology has moved so fast, so far, so quickly. It's daunting.
That mindset.
10 years from now, the kids of today will be looking at the kids we're talking about on their jetpacks or something like that.
Yeah. Even
ridiculous.
Like hoverboard. If you think about Back to the Future and what people thought the future was going to be like,
we're
not there yet.
Yeah, they always think it's going to be.
But even the vast jump from then to there is still huge.
Ridiculous.
Huge.
Like the Jetsons, everybody thought we'd be flying around. To be fair, if we dedicated all our technology to it, we probably could figure it out.
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like they probably have, but maybe it's just not cost effective.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, I've seen people have like those car helicopters that they fly around like in China or Japan. It's just, who's going to pay their $400,000 for it?
Exactly. And that's probably why they haven't even brought it out. But even like the simple inventions, people like George Washington Carver, he made peanut butter. That's a huge invention of itself.
Actually,
what you about to say?
People disagree on who made peanut butter.
People disagree on a lot of things.
Yeah. People don't even agree that Edison made the light bulb.
They don't.
But he's known for it.
People think he stole a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Probably did. I'm not going to lie.
Edison?
I wasn't there.
Edison?
Probably.
I mean, he's one of the smartest men to ever exist.
Yeah,
so I'll give it to him.
I mean, to say that he invented all this stuff by himself?
By himself? I don't know. He invented a good amount.
Yeah, but imagine being on Edison's team and been like,
as a team.
I actually helped here. They're like, but you ain't.
You didn't do it. I mean, but then there's the people that you're like, didn't Steve Jobs invent the iPhone? Like, no, I guess some scientist in a lab he told to invent the iPhone made the iPhone. I don't know. Maybe Steve Jobs was really just in there getting the work in. Right after a keynote, he went backstage and started soldering.
Maybe he's just a face. Maybe he doesn't even know what it does. Maybe he's just like, I'm just a
now he's in heaven. So.
Well, hey.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I think the little inventions, the person who Betsy Ross made a flag, like that's just huge. Nobody, there's so many small things that nobody
you're like, wait a minute,
thought about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's impressive.
It's weird to me. The door. Somebody made that.
Somebody made a door one day. They're like, wait a minute, guys. I know we've been rolling this stone out of the way, but I have the craziest idea.
No, it's just weird.
You have no idea what I'm thinking of.
And it's the simplest stuff.
Yeah.
But like
a camera.
Yeah.
Oh, what if we didn't have to paint anymore?
You know what? I'm tired of you sitting there for 8 hours, man.
To get my profile.
Bro.
Just, it's done.
Yeah.
Now you have to actually make it.
Congrats. I don't have that mindset to just be. I tried. There was like 2 years of my life where I was like, I'm about to make the next biggest thing. I'm just coming up with random things, bro.
It's a pain.
It's hard.
You have to have a huge amount of knowledge and then know how to apply it towards what you want.
Yeah.
I used to think I wanted to do that. Even if I had the ability, I don't think I'd bother.
No?
I don't think I'd bother. I think that's part of the reason why I consider myself so selfish overall. Because I was very, not to brag or anything, but I was pretty good at math and sciences. I probably could have helped invent something or pushed humanity forward. But at one point when I was a teenager, I was like, I'm abandoning all that. All the good I could do humanity, I'll do through acting.
There you go.
And singing. That's it. While they wanted me to be rocket scientist or send people go to the moon. Yeah, one of the things they want me to do on the aptitude test, they recommend I be an astronaut. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. Once I get there, like, I kind of want to just go home. Like,
oh my God.
Like, I'm sure they're doing stuff up there. Do I need to stay? I already made it. Yeah. Like, if I will land on the moon, it's cool to be doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are heroes. Good for you. But
I don't know.
I want to hang out with Samuel L. Jackson. You know what I'm saying? I want to dance with Chris Breezy.
Oh, speaking of.
I wasn't going to mention that. Oh, man.
He got arrested.
They're trying to bring my boy down.
Come on. What happened?
You know what happened? So apparently, Chris Brown, one of my favorite artists of all time, hit a producer in the back of the head, or maybe the front of the head, with a bottle. Oh! So he got arrested. I haven't seen Chris Brown, and this time it doesn't look like somebody made it up. Chris Brown has had a lot of false allegations on him over the years, and he gets released the next day. I don't think this is one of them.
No.
I think he actually hit this guy in the head with a bottle, just because. I don't even know. In the article, I couldn't even see if there was an argument. All it said was Chris Brown hit the guy in the head with a bottle and like surrendered himself for arrest.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Oh,
was there a fight? Why was nobody else? Did he just run up on somebody, hit him in the head with a bottle? Was he just that drunk? Just going crazy?
My theory is he didn't like what he said. That's my theory. My theory is they were talking. They were having the producers like, you're going to do it this way. And Chris Brown was like, I ain't doing it that way.
But was it in the studio?
I don't know. Grabbed the bottle and said, waka waka. And it was like, all right, you got me.
Usher danced better than me. That's false, by the way. But still, it's crazy. It was sad. And hey, don't hurt me too much on this. But the first thing I did when I read that was laugh. Without a doubt. I laughed because I was like, this has to be more. There has to be more to the story. Like, man, he got somebody out of there. I don't even know if they were really hurt. All it said is he shattered a bottle on the guy's head and was arrested.
I've always wanted to do that.
I've always wanted to do that too, but I think it works better with non-glass bottles because most of the times you're just going to hit somebody in the, most of the time you're just going to hit somebody in the head with a bottle. It doesn't even break. Yeah. That's another thing. How hard did he hit this guy in the head with this bottle if it did break?
Facts.
That's correct. He might need some stitches.
Oh my goodness.
Chris Brown might get some more community service hours in soon. That's crazy. Whew. He's no longer on probation, but
that is crazy to me.
Gonna get something. Free the boy. Maybe not. If he really went up on somebody, give him some consequences.
Our last topic. We want to talk about one of the greatest books of all time.
Okay, yes. We were mentioning this. I don't know if you guys saw anything on this, and I just cut you off completely because I love this series. Not to say you don't.
Go for it.
But I'll let you actually start. I'll just set it up. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which was made into a television show on Disney Plus, has just finished filming its second season, Sea of Monsters. Along with that, in the same universe, same world, our world, technically, the Kane Chronicles has been purchased and greenlit for some sort of either live action television show or live action movie series. What do you think? What does what is it called? The Camp Half Blood Chronicles universe mean to you? What do you think of these developments? Tell me, Jamal.
So I grew up with this book.
Yes.
Percy Jackson was a huge book in my life. I started off with Harry Potter, another great
Most people do.
franchise. Then I got to Percy Jackson, and I realized that I love the fantasy, the Greek mythology. I love mythology in general, not just Greek, Norse, Egyptian, whatever kind of mythology. I love it. And reading Percy Jackson was huge to me. I enjoyed every moment of it. And then we got to King Chronicles, and it was more elevated storytelling.
Yeah.
I love that one too. And a lot of people did not. Like,
really?
Compared to Percy Jackson, I feel like a lot of people were just stuck on Percy, that they did not want to evolve with I feel like Rick did a great job. Rick
Riordan,
just call him
the
Rick.
Author, San Antonio native, I think.
I feel like he did a great job elevating his story of King Chronicles with his audience.
Yeah.
But the audience was still stuck on Percy. Like, his storytelling grew.
Yeah.
And it became more mature. For the book style itself.
Okay.
But it was just something so fun about.
It was fun.
I think the thing is, a lot more people know about Greek mythology than anything else.
Than Egyptian mythology.
Yes.
Also, I think what went against it was a trilogy compared to a full series. Now, I don't know how much that really factored into it, but to hear that there's a trilogy about an entirely different pantheon with characters you've never met, while you've gone on this 5-year journey with Percy, be rough. Only for him to go on another 5-year journey with Greek mythology anyway. And then more with, I never read the books, The Trials of Apollo.
I never read those either.
I heard they're good though.
Yeah. I also want to read the Norse mythology book.
Yeah, that's another trilogy.
The Grace. Is it Grace? Who was
It's because it's Annabeth's cousin. Yeah. Annabeth's cousin. Annabeth, one of the main characters in Percy Jackson. Her last name is Grace. By now, her last name is probably Jackson.
It should be.
Because it takes place in our world in real time.
Yeah.
So they're probably in their 30s by now. Strange to think about. You don't agree. You're going to disagree heavily. Wow, you're already calling it out.
I already know. I did not hate the movies. And let me tell you what. I didn't hate the Percy Jackson movies because they were a representation of something to light that we did not have. I thought it was entertaining. I mean, of course, if you delve into the book, and you can definitely see there's a lot of differences. But for what it is, if you take it for face value, I think it was pretty good. I think it was like some sort of representation that we probably would have never got. Even in this new series, I mean, yeah, granted, it's never going to be like the book. I don't think anything is like how the book is, but I enjoy any second of representation that I can get outside of it. That makes me enjoy the series or have a loving for the series again.
You know, I will say this. I don't disagree. I think the movies are not great. They're pretty rough, but I always have fun while watching them.
Oh?
Yeah. Like, I was so happy. My mom and I were really disappointed in the first movie when it released. We watched it in like the living room, or maybe we actually went to go see it. Either way, we saw it and were disappointed in the changes, but it was still Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And a lot of people I talked to hadn't even heard of it, but they got to see the movie.
Yeah.
And they enjoyed it. So that made me happy. Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the time I met Rick Riordan?
No.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. It was rough. It makes me sad to think about.
Oh.
Yeah. I was doing a choir performance at Barnes & Noble in San Antonio.
Okay.
San Antonio, Texas, that is. And there was a book signing. an author meet and greet with Rick Riordan afterwards, but it was already 10 p.m.
Okay.
And I had to go home to go to bed because my mom had to be, I'm pretty sure my mom had to be up early in the morning. I tried to be a good son, like, we can go. And then Rick Riordan walked in himself. He was there. He was really nice. And he was like saying hi people on the way to his like little table they set up for him. And all I had time to do was like, as he was walking in, I was like, hi, Mr. Ryan, I've read all your books. I love them so much. I'm sorry I can't stay. He's like, oh, I'm sorry you can't stay either. But thank you so much for this is the best thing. I don't know if I told you this. Maybe Mom, maybe you remember. I think she was already a little bit away. But I met Rick Riordan. It was like a 15-second interaction because we were leaving. Because he walked in. I recognized him because I'd seen his face on the internet and I knew who he was. And his face was in the book, I think. Yeah. And he was like, oh, yeah, sorry you can't stay. The shame. And I like cracked a joke or something. I don't remember what the joke was. But he said, like, oh, thank you so much for reading the books. And he said, like, your smile reminds me of Percy, actually. So he said that to me. He's like, you remind me of how I imagine Percy to be.
Dang.
And I felt that was like the biggest compliment ever. I was like, well, I guess I'm Percy Jackson. It's guaranteed now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And he said he wished us a good night. Wished me a good night. I think my mom was already over by the door. And yeah, I felt so sad. It reminds me of the time I refused to go see Maroon 5 for some dumb reason. Because they went to the Hard Rock Cafe in Biloxi and I was just nervous to see them. So I just didn't go. Yeah.
You love them.
I know. I really loved Maroon 5 back then. And I had been to Hard Rock in Biloxi too. Biloxi, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And the stage was right there. I had seen people perform there and they were going to perform on that stage. I was like, oh, you want to go? I was like, nah, it's okay. She's like, what? Like, are you sure? We can go. I'm like, nah, it's all right. And I kicked myself over that because I know I would have been able to talk to them. Like they were there.
Dang.
And apparently they interacted with people in between their little sets. Man, what an idiot I was. What a silly little fool of a 12-year-old.
Well, at least you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
You won't miss that opportunity again.
To be real. Hey, Mr. Riordan, if you see this, thank you for your nice words.
Yeah.
I love your books to this day. I read them like 3 times each at least. And thanks for saying I remind you of Percy. I really appreciate that. Hey, I haven't thought about that in years. Hey, thanks for saying that. Thanks for saying hi to me, even though it was like 10 seconds. And I'm sorry I couldn't stay. It was late. I had to go to bed. My mom did anyway. Yeah, not much else to say.
Thank you for that. You brought up a great point, and
Okay.
I want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh, I'm Percy?
You said, yeah.
Oh.
You said that when you went to go watch the movie,
Okay.
that you were happy that people who did not read the books.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're still here.
Cool. You were happy that people who did not read the books were inspired by that movie, that they liked it, right?
I mean, I just liked that they enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think there's another show. I think it's a show, Harry Potter. You brought up this last week, but I said that I did not want them to make a Harry Potter show.
That's true.
And you said, well, what about the young people who have not experienced Harry Potter at all?
Yeah.
This is their chance to do that. I think this is a great opportunity with the Percy Jackson and with the King Chronicles. There are people who have never read a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
For them, the show, the movie, whatever King Chronicles is going to be, is their first experience to that.
Yeah.
So hopefully it invites them to go back, rewatch, read, do anything to get into that.
Yeah, so, that's what I hope.
Yeah.
I hope that for the Harry Potter show as well. And I don't want people to abandon the movies that I grew up loving and not read the books and just take that. They can if they want. It's their lives. But I hope the Percy Jackson Olympian show encourages people to get into that world because there's a lot of books and they're all fun. Percy's one of the best main characters ever made.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Kane Chronicles is great too. I love Carter and Sadie Kane. They are great. Bit more romantic stuff going over there, but that's okay. Like I said with the Harry Potter, I hope it gets people to go back and read the books and they don't just wait for like 10 to 15 years for all this to release via Disney.
Yes.
But that is one way. I know for a fact there are plenty of kids that have watched just the Harry Potter movies and have not read any of the books.
Yeah. I mean, even as kids, you see, I was not one of those.
Yeah. I tried to be.
But
eventually.
What do you mean?
My mom, I read the first 2 Harry Potter books because I had watched the movies. Or at the same time watched the movies. And then I just got so excited for the movies, I told my mom I did not want to know anything else with the books.
So, yes.
And she would read them to me anyway, but I would kind of tune it out. Like during bath time or something, she's like, here's the Order of the Phoenix. And I'd be like, yeah. I'm not retaining any of the information because I want to step into the theater and experience it. Because especially since my mom would see some of those movies and she would mention a few things that they didn't have. It's like, oh, that was pretty good. I wish they would have brought up this scene. I'm like, well, I don't know what scene you're talking about, but I loved it.
Yes. That's one thing. If I'd never read the book, I do want to watch the movie first because I know once I read the book,
you're going to enjoy the book more.
Right. It might not be the same. I was never a kid. So Christmas Carol, we had to read Christmas Carol and we had to read like Lord of the Flies and stuff in school.
Okay.
We had to read the books and then we had to watch the movie, right? To compare. This is like middle school. Like book, you know, you got to do like a
book report?
Yes, a book report. Yeah. I wasn't one of these kids, but there are kids who are like, I started reading the book. I'm just going to watch the movie. And then, like, have you ever seen, like, movies where, like, I'm not going to read the book. I'm just going to watch the movie and then write a report about the movie.
Yeah. People did that for The Outsiders.
Great. Yeah. I love The Outsiders.
It's a great movie.
Oh, my gosh. But, and then the movie is not like the books. Yeah. I just want the people who grow up watching movies to make sure they go back to read the books too.
Yeah.
Enjoy. You don't have to. Don't get me wrong, but
you don't have to.
Don't let reading books become a lost art.
A lost activity. It helps your vocabulary without a shadow of a doubt. Yes. There's a reason why I was above my grade levels because my mom made me read, and she read to me. So it enhanced my vocabulary.
Did y'all have reading logs too? We have
every
reading
day.
Logs.
Yeah, every day. I mean, in Texas, it's mandatory.
Oh, okay.
And you got points for the reading logs.
Yeah.
And I would read 11 Thumps and The Gateway to Foo. All right, I don't know if you guys ever heard that. That series is awesome to this day. And it gave me 14 reading log points, and I got the grand prize. Even though these kids are reading like 6 2-point books, I still leaped the entire class in one go because I got every question right.
Yeah.
And I got the stuffed animal. I didn't even want it. I just want people to know I went above them.
It was so competitive in my school. Not for everybody, but if you were like an advanced student, we had a TAG, Talented and Gifted program, and we had reading logs. But in Talented and Gifted program, we would set out times to read.
Gifted and Talented?
Talented and Gifted.
What the heck? Yours is called Talented and Gifted?
Yeah, it's called TAG.
Stop.
Yeah.
No, I was called GAT. Like, it was Gifted and Talented. I was always far too late. But I was always too late to a school year because I was moving again to even enter the Gifted and Talented because it had a cutoff date before school even started.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to. Shout out to TJ, though. Speaking of TJ, Todd, how we went on our leadership retreat. That was my closest thing to Gifted and Talented because they said we were the best leaders in the school. Mm-hmm. And I just ate all the Jolly Ranchers to this day.
One thing about TAG, Gifted and Talented, just I don't know.
It's Gifted and Talented. Weird. Let us know in your school, was it Talented and Gifted or Gifted and Talented? We know the answer. Yeah. I don't know what that is.
TAG, you're it. Oh, come on.
Gotcha.
But we used to go on these field trips in TAG, and we used to read in TAG, and it became a competition. We would be like, who could read? That's when I first started reading the Harry Potter books because they like gave you a lot of points.
Did you say you had never even seen a white person before?
Yeah.
And you're just over here reading over these white people? Did you think they were magical?
What do you mean?
Did you say that you had never seen a white person before entering college?
I've never been around white people like that.
Oh, okay. I just thought in my mind that you're like reading all these books about white people, and you're thinking like, man, white people be going, y'all got to calm down.
Nah.
Like, bro,
Nah.
why y'all all dark wizards and ancient rulers who want to destroy the world?
Nah, not in Texas. We didn't do that. we knew history.
I'm trying.
But reading those made me have such a love for books, which is why I can't get into. You do audiobooks, and I can't get into it because growing up, I would read it and like make it up myself.
Did you even
make
read that Percy Jackson?
No, because I'm still on the. I want to reread the last one.
But you were saying you make up the voices in your head.
Yeah, and the whole like, I imagine it myself, and I don't know,
it's like a movie in your head, kind of thing.
I can't do that with the audiobooks because I just hear them and I'm like, this is terrible. First off, I'm reading.
I'm just used to it. And I need a good narrator. That's the one thing with audiobooks. The narration is slower than you read. Yeah. Usually, always. It'd be weird if it wasn't. They're just zooming past it. Yeah, you're like, whoa, hold up. Let me think about it. But nah, I love reading. I love listening to books nowadays because now I can read the books while just in the car.
Yes.
And what I used to do a year or two ago, even with this job, I would drive to work, listen to the audiobook, find where I left off in the audiobook, save it so I can scroll through it like during a lunch break in the session. Mm-hmm. And then when I get back in the car, find where I was and continue.
I like that.
I stopped doing that because it was a pain. I had to buy all the books. But, man, hey, if you ever want some recommendations, I'm in adult books now. But I'll give you some.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll still read some Percy Jackson, though. Don't get it twisted.
I'm reading it. I'm trying to read it right now. I haven't read a book in a minute. It's been a minute, but I do want to get into it because I want to read those two that are over there. So.
Oh, the ones you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to get into that.
I read The Art of Sun Tzu.
Oh.
And by read, I meant listen to while I was making dinner. It was a good read. / good listen. Listen? Hey, I'm just making a new word. Written, listen.
It's a good listen.
You can't prove me wrong.
It's a good listen.
All right. Anything else?
I'm
sure we had something. We're just scatterbrained sometimes.
I know.
Or did we actually just use our time wisely?
I think we did today.
Wow.
We hit our points.
We did.
We wanted to grow. We talked about what we wanted to change. We wanted to do anew.
Yeah. We talked about AI.
Yeah.
How it applies to our lives, how it can apply to our lives in the future, and technology in general, and how it increases in depth with every generation, being able to use it differently. And one of the greatest series of all time,
absolutely,
Percy Jackson and the Olympians, along with the Kane Chronicles, along with Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, along with
Magnus Chase. I just said Chase. It's Magnus.
Apollo, the Trials of Apollo, Heroes of Olympus. What else is there? The new Percy Jackson Olympian books. What else is there? Is that it?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm
yeah,
sure
he was going to write an Irish mythology series. He was going to go get a degree in it so he would know enough, because I guess he's just goofy like that. He just wants to know.
Good though.
And he got the opportunity to make the Disney show with Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and he had to choose one or the other. Man, this is making me look super white. For the people listening, we got some we have some natural light coming in here, and I can see the reflection of my soul in my forehead. It's crazy.
It's not a lot.
Good thing I'm still good looking. All right. Do you want to call it there then?
Well, let's do it. What are your closing remarks?
My closing remarks for this shorter episode, probably the shortest episode we've had since the beginning.
It's good, good.
This episode, I'd like you all to remember to read some books. Go out there. Maybe, hey, if you don't have time to flip through the pages, do what I do. Get Audible. You get like 2 free books to try out. You Hey, tell us what you think. What was your favorite book growing up? What's your favorite books now?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you think will happen in the realm of AI and technology. What do you think of these kids being so adept at using iPads and phones? What do you think of them having them in the first place? And then, of course, what do you think of our future plans for this podcast? And what are your own in your own life? Please feel free to share with us, each other,
Yes.
and tell us what you think we can do better. We will be making changes very soon. Hopefully some very positive changes. Like you said, cameras, stuff in the background, lighting, animations,
Whew.
brighter smiles. Like how I said that? Brighter smiles.
Jeez.
All right. That's all from me.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Dan?
I
Ooh,
hope that you enjoyed your time here.
absolutely.
This was kind of our ceremonial love, our appreciation, our 1 month little anniversary. And we want to say thank you all for coming. If you took nothing away from this, just please be on our journey. Encourage us. We are making a lot of changes soon. We want you to be a part of our journey, and we are on a journey for ourselves. Keep us accountable.
Yes.
We don't want to revert back to our old ways. We are growing. We are changing every day. So make sure we keep our goals and our dreams alive.
Absolutely.
We already talked about it. We don't want to be 50, 60, 70, looking back at our grandkids saying, you know, I used to be really good, but I gave up on my dreams.
True.
Make sure we keep our dreams. I don't have apple juice today. I'm so sad.
A shame. I don't have
drinking
tea.
water.
I don't have any tea, but we both got water.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, both of our drinks are made out of it.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know what?
Drink
Go
some
out
water.
there. Drink some water today.
Yeah.
Today is a water day.
It's a water day.
Get
It's
hydrated.
a Saturday. We will be uploading this video
tomorrow.
soon.
We're doing it tomorrow. We're doing it
It's
Sunday.
going to be up Sunday.
Sunday.
Along with some shorts that you can share along with your friends. Encourage them to watch the podcast. Tune in either on Spotify, on YouTube, and very soon Apple Podcast, Apple Music Podcast, whatever it's called.
Yes.
We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook.
Follow us.
Look us up.
Share.
Please.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
And like TJ said, one of our viewers, thanks for watching every single episode. And leave us some suggestions, some things to talk about, answer down below, wherever below may be. Let me see if I can get it. Let's see. We're trying to get the hearts going.
I think
they updated it. I think they saw what we were doing. They're just spamming it. We got to pull it back.
Please comment. I'm not sure if it's going to be next week because we do have some vacations coming up. But after our vacations, we want to implement a you section. We want to answer your questions.
Absolutely.
See what you have to say to us.
Yeah.
So please. And we also plan on going live soon.
We do.
Maybe in a month or two. We want to do it for y'all.
We'll be doing this live. We'll be promoting our video. So hopefully we'll have some more friends engage with us that you guys can talk with. You can brag, shout out that you were day ones.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon with some great upgrades, some great new topics, hopefully some great engagement from you guys. And we will see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on Soul Oasis. We'll see you soon. Oh, almost missed it again.
See you like it.
See ya.